So then a couple of people are coming to me, you know, with their cases. I'm like, okay, let's set up the protocol of what should have been done from the beginning. They'll contact me. Okay, let's find out who your congressional member would be. That would either be where you have some property, where you lived last, where you have family members, because of course you're living overseas. So you don't have a congressional, you know, a congressman. Um, let's get that in. We got Barbara Boxer on one of those. Uh, so let's file it with them. We go to the State Department because I know the congressional member is not going to do its job. So, but I am going to put them on the line so we can say, but you were told to do that. Then, you know, the State Department gets a letter from me. Now, I have eventually worked up because you know, I had to start at the bottom with my case. Can't just go to the Secretary of State and say, nobody's doing his job. I got to work my way up the chain of command, which I do. And it's a Kennedy he was the head of the administration. I think it's probably gone by now, I'm sure. Like the head of management of the State Department. I was like, oh, this is a key one. So I made sure he got letters repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly, because I'm like, I'm gonna get your ass in prison. Well, in court. But nobody has a legal leg to stand on. Um, so you know, that's the protocol, if you will, that I have developed that is there. And one of the cases, I mean, this is where I jumped in, of Prince Andrew. And one of the reasons, I mean, my ulterior motive, I mean, we all do things for various reasons. I mean, I did it not because I want Prince Andrew to help me, but yes, I do, but also because it was the right thing to do. The case against Prince Andrew lacked standing in cause. It should have been thrown out from the beginning, and it was clearly a manipulation of the Me Too movement to expand the definition, the social and legal definition of pedophilia, which is prepubescent children, to include post-pubescent children. And the thing is 15, well, even because I was in some 14-year-olds who look like 25-year-olds, but you know, I even a 13-year-old one time, but it was Hollywood. But you know, okay, so post-pubescent, 14, 15, 16, 17, and even 17, in most places that is not statutory rape. And even 16. I mean, the lowest is 14. Now, that's not in the United States. I forget where that is. But, you know, as I say, the area from 14 to 17, 18, that's not pedophilia, but it is still underage. So, yeah. But that is not the same thing as a 2-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old, a 10-year-old. Okay, and this is really what they wanted to redefine that to you know, oh, we got all of these guys with sugar babies, now let's go after them. I mean, come on, the sexual revolution. That's what all of this was about, making these women sleep around like no tomorrow. So then when you get all of the men with their pants down, you start attacking them. I mean, when are people going to start listening to me and realize that the feminists are a very, very, very dangerous terrorist group? Now, the first bomb up on Capitol Hill, when I started working on Capitol Hill, there were no badges. The first bomb was a bunch of militant feminists. And Clinton pardoned them, or I guess maybe not pardoned, but let out of jail. I forget exactly what the legal was on that. Um, those who had been responsible and who were still in prison. Um, so, you know, I mean, I'm hoping that if I finally, you know, and get this out in the press, get the journalists on this, you know, and I mean, this exonerate Prince Andrew. I mean, he got canceled. This is cancel culture. I mean, come on, if he's going to be canceled because the Queen Elizabeth doesn't want her Jubilee festivities, you know, anybody raining on her parade, you talk about an uncaring mother. I mean, he has really been destroyed, and it's really unfair what has been done. You know, I don't know him. Uh, but first off, everybody deserves, uh, you know, the innocent until proven guilty. He might be a womanizer, but I've never heard anything. And even if it was a womanizer, that doesn't make him a bad guy. I mean, my God, huh, Prince Andrew, the number of women who must have been throwing themselves at him. I mean, Bobby Kennedy has women throwing themselves at him. Prince Andrew, that's even higher up on the scale for these women. So you know, I got a real problem with this. You know, he's a prince, so let's go after him just because we can. Um, you know, he's got his reputation that needs to be restored to him, his job, his profession, his career, and his money. But you know, I'm like, okay, this is happening to everybody. Please, now I know Prince Andrew, we get you back into your position of power. You have the power and authority to help me on this and to help me stick it to every single government. This is what you got to do. This is what the consulates have to do. If everybody was doing their job, the structure is there, the constitutions are there, the laws are there. If everybody would just start doing their job with a minimum of integrity and humanity, then a lot of this would resolve itself. It just takes care of itself if you let it go. Well, if everybody's doing his job, it will take care of itself. But if everybody turns a blind eye, this cancer just festers and grows and grows and grows to no end.